And Pat is one of the judges here, and she has been encouraging people to become exhibitors.
It's gorgeous, but I just don't think that I have the talent for this stuff.
Oh, yes, you do. Anyone can do it. It's so simple. Jody, you must have some questions for me.
I do. So, like when people submit their quilts, is there a theme during the year?
Well, we do have themes every once in a while. Every year, pardon me.
Yeah.
And one of the themes we've had in the past is the Hoe Down to Earth. And that entry is based upon the theme.
Right.
And we have a special category for that.
Uh-huh.
Really, I had a lot of entries in that.
So, and what is the sweepstakes?
The sweepstakes. When the judges come in and judge your pieces, it's basically on points, and they look for certain things. And the people who take the most points are sweepstake winners.
So is it people that have a lot of stuff then? I mean,
No.
you have to submit a lot of things? Or
No, you don't.
you take a first and a second and you get a lot of points?
We add all the points.
Oh, wow.
You might just have one first and 3 or 4 seconds, and
Wow.
that might take sweepstakes. It's
And
easy.
now, and that's just in a certain area. So canning is different than
Yes.
the fabric and the photographs
Yes.
and all the
Each
other
department
things.
has their own sweepstakes. Yes, they're-
And let's see, did you enter anything in the King Arthur Flower
No.
competition? I didn't even know there was a competition for that. And no, and I know that they have that in at the Heifer Stroll over in Brattleboro earlier, but I didn't realize that they were getting all around. So that must be something that they're really encouraging is for people to.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Because it looks like there's quite a few entries, but there could be so many more. And people that are home, you can cook anything. So pretty much whatever your favorite food is,
Yeah.
you can
Canning,
make.
vegetables, there's all
Right.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I had some things this year. This is a quick story. I had some things this year. I was coming down to put my honey into the honey competition, and I noticed that everybody was making things that I have right at home that I did myself. So I scooted back home, picked up a couple of my quilts, picked up a little bit of my canning, and I submitted. And I have to tell you, I won a ribbon on everything. And so, how did you do? Did you win a couple of ribbons?
I won sweepstakes.
So, wow. So how much do you win when you win sweepstakes? You get like $5?
No, her cake was 25.
25.
For the cake.
Wow. This is amazing because I don't think people realize
That's right.
that there's prizes and good money. No.
That's right.
No, but it's all in fun.
Yeah, it's fun, and you can pay for your hobby.
Right.
Okay.
And it's wonderful to see all of the different qualities and expertise that we have here. I mean, the painters, the photographers, the kids have their own
Yes.
products. The canning, the cooking, the quilts. There's flowers. There's
Yes.
vegetables and things like that. People have in their own garden can submit vegetables and win awards for them.
Yes.
I mean, gosh, it's just amazing. How do they find out what the criteria are?
The criteria is it's quilting, hand or machine quilted. And this year I am going to be able to tell people what the judges said about their pieces. Next year we're going to have, in the future I should say, we're going to have information to give to the quilters on why they were marked the way they were
Right.
marked. Yes.
4-H kids have that.
Yeah.
At the other end,
That
they
makes
get
such a
score
difference.
sheets so they know where
Yes.
they need to improve
Yes.
for next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with the canning, I didn't realize, but I thought I have the best salsa. They have got to taste my salsa.
They don't taste it.
They don't taste it. I was like, no, you gotta taste it. It's the best. And it's right from our garden. And there's so many other people out there that can make salsa and canned pickles and green beans and jams and jellies and all of this.
And the other thing, I'm going to ask the 4-H's next year, I know you exhibit down there. I would like to see some of your 4-H's exhibit here in the clothing. I really do. And I'm going to push that.
It's such a talent that we've sort of lost because, we grew up doing all of this stuff. Our kids have grown up on the computers and they go and buy everything. I was telling my husband the other day, these quilts, okay, the quilts probably cost you about $100, I'm just saying average, $100 to buy the fabric and all the things that it makes. Then you have to, if you don't quilt, you can send it out, and it costs you another $100 to get it quilted.
Right.
Or you can do it yourself, which takes a long, long time. Or you can go to Walmart and you can buy a quilt for $20. But it doesn't have
But
the
it falls
same.
apart in
Right.
here.
And it
Or-
doesn't have the same,
Yeah.
history to it
Right.
either though.
Or you can do what this young lady's doing, making a dress out of her ribbons.
Wow, that is so
Yes,
cool.
and I expect to see that.
I
here
do,
in the
I
fair.
do, I hope to see that. Really. That would be so neat.
Yes, yes. You can take your old T-shirts, if you're
Yeah.
a collector of T-shirts, you can cut those out and make a quilt.
Yep.
Yeah. And when I'm saying $100, but
Right, right.
people can take just leftover fabrics. People, that's what it used to be. That's why,
Yes.
when I look at these, they're like, oh, so beautiful. But people used to take their
Grain
old
bags.
clothing, and grain bags. And you see it on the Antique Roadhouse
Yes.
that, these things are worth, hundreds
Yes.
of dollars or thousands of dollars
Yeah.
now.
Was it the other one we saw the other day was the cigar ties?
Yes, I saw that
Cigar
too.
boxes,
Yes.
and they made a jacket out of
Yeah,
it.
and that was worth a lot
Yeah.
of money.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, you can spend as little or as more,
Right.
much as you want.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
And that is. So it doesn't mean that you have to go out and spend a whole lot of money. You just, think about what you're gonna do, put it together, know what your requirements are,
Yes.
and go from there.
Yes.
So,
And you have lots of ribbons to bring home and hang on your wall.
you need more ribbons, I can give you some more. So today we have been with Kendra. Kendra, look at our audience here. They wanna know who you are and who's gonna make that dress. And Kendra, are you the mom?
Thanks, Mom, Tanya.
And Tanya. And we've got Pat Peets, and I'm Jody Turner. And here we have been in my backyard. We're going to go see some more here at the Cheshire Fair. And thank you, ladies, for stopping.
Thank you for
in.
asking.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was so cool. I hope you get out and you submit your entries for the Cheshire Fair next year. Wow, so this is what you guys do on your weekends?
Yep.
Yeah? You come down to the Cheshire Fair?
Yep.
And you guys are part of the 4-H?
Yep.
What 4-H are you guys with?
Showtime.
Showtime. And what do you guys focus on for your 4-H? Because I know that different groups focus on different things.
We have a dairy project. We have dairy goats and dairy cows.
Yep. So how long have you guys been involved with this?
3 years.
3 years for everybody? 3 years?
Me and him.
Okay.
7 years.
7 years, wow.
I've been in it for 10 years.
Wow. I feel like I'm at the Olympics. So let me see. You come and what kind of cows do you have? What do you do to show your cows? What do you have to do to prepare?
Well, Haley, what kind of cows do you have?
I have jerseys and Holsteins and
What do you have, Riley?
the control.
What was it again?
The control.
Ah,
We have a couple of brown Swiss. I have the milk and shorthorn.
wow. The only ones that I've really become familiar with, of course, is the Holsteins, because everybody has Holsteins. But I know that you had one that has a lot of cream. Don't you have, which one is?
The Jersey.
Jersey. The Jerseys have a lot of nice cream, so it makes a good
Butterfat.
ice, yeah.
Yes.
Nice ice cream, yeah, that's cool. So you guys showed your horses, so you guys showed your cows today, or yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. And so you'll be here for the rest of the day?
Yep.
And what do you have to do? Do you get judged on anything after the competition? Like, do you get judged on how clean your areas are? Things like that?
You
Yeah.
get judged on how clean it is, how well our display is put together, how well we work together as a team, those things as well.
Now, are you guys all related?
This is my brother.
None of us are other than
Yeah. Yeah. And how many people are in your 4-H?
We have 8 4-H kids right now. We have a couple clover buds that don't really come to the meeting. We have 2 leaders and parents that help.
So clover buds. What are clover buds?
Those are the kids who are not in 4-H yet. They're younger than the age of 8, so they can't be around the animals yet, but they're waiting on the sidelines.
So, what does it take to be a 4-H'er? And what do you guys get out of 4-H? Why would anybody want to be in 4-H?
Well, you can really be anyone to be in 4-H. And you learn a lot. You learn
hard work,
Yeah.
but it pays off. One of our kids is graduating out of 4-H, and he just got through his top choice school.
Excellent, excellent. But I think that nowadays kids have a different focus, but I think that what you guys are doing is really, really important, because if you don't have food, if you don't have respect, if you don't know how to get along with people out in the world, where are you? So, clubs like 4-H really help you build those kinds of things.
Teaches you life skills.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's good to have a group of people that you really relate to, isn't it?
Yeah. Talking to your other friends at school, and they don't understand when you have to go home and feed your cow.
Right.
All these kids understand.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They don't question it.
Like I went to baseball and I said I have to go to 4-H, and they were saying like, what's 4-H? It's like you go to like walk your cow and you show the cows.
Right.
At fairs.
But it's not just the fair, because you have to take care of your animals all year round.
Yeah.
It's not like you just went to the pet store and you
You have
bought a
to
cow. You're right.
You have to
right.
train them to show.
Right. So what does it take? Because I know you want a ribbon. Didn't you? Okay. So what did it take? Did you have to wash your cows? Do you have to do anything in
We wake
particular?
up early in the morning and go to the wash rack up there and wash our cows. And we flip our cows and we like spike up their top line.
Okay. So you're talking some stuff that I don't know about. So you wash the cow, but then you did what again?
We spike up the top line. And
Okay.
we have clear
So is that
magic.
up above the?
It's like
on
where the
back?
spine is right there.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
you like spike it up.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mohawk, right? For
Yeah.
cows.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what was the other thing that you said? You clipped or?
Yeah, clip, and then we like walk around and train them.
Yep. Yep. So how long does it take you to train a cow?
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Because you need it to do what you want it to do, and they're not stubborn, are they?
oh, sometimes they are.
Yeah. So what has been your most favorite part of the Cheshire Fair?
I think that I'm the president of the 4-H club, and it's really watching all the kids work together and watching the older members help the younger members to fit their cows. That's really rewarding to me because
It's nice to teach people
It is.
things, isn't
So
it?
nice.
Yeah, and to pass it on.
watch them work together and work really hard.
We're really similar.
I like getting to know my cow.
Yeah. Right, right. And people that you might not have met if you didn't, participate. Right, right. Well, this has been wonderful. And, I know other years I've been here and I've seen the kids all running around and having water fights and, there's a lot of fun. It's not just sitting around and just showing. There's a lot of camaraderie that you guys have. And I bet you look forward to seeing a lot of the same people every year
Yeah.
and competing with them and having little competitions of
Yeah.
your own.
I had some girl in Echo Farm. I showed my cow right there. That I showed her last year, and I beat her twice in a row with the same cow that she had last year.
That's right.
So I wanted to do that beat her.
Yeah. It's fun. Well, you guys, thanks for letting me talk to you a little bit. We've got a lot more to see, but I know you've got a little bit more of your day, and I hope you stay cool and it doesn't rain. Because Cheshire Fair, it always rains.
Yeah.
You know it. So, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Colby, this is the award-winning cow.
Yeah.
Wow. And is it a she?
Yeah.
It's a she. Yep. And so she'll start milking a couple years, a year or so. Yeah.
Yep.
So you were talking a little bit about, let's see, the spike?
Yeah.
Is that on the back end?
It's right here.
Okay,
You
I see.
have clear magic,
Uh-huh,
and then you like cut like right here.
uh-huh.
Then you like have a comb and you spike it up, and then you spray the stuff because it makes it stay.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like you put in your hair,
Yep.
like that mousse,
Yep.
and then it sticks out.
Yep. Nice. Well, it looks like she's a pretty girl.
Yeah. I had her for 2 years.
Yeah? And you said you had her right from Cap?
Yeah.
Wow.
She was born April. That was the month I was born.
Wow. And what is her name?
Razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz. Okay. Well, you're a lucky guy.
Thanks.
Good. Thanks.
I'm not looking happy.
So Mike, just quickly, tell me a little bit about your first recollection of the Cheshire Fair and what you've done in the years that you've been here. In 3 minutes.
Well, my father was the president of the fair for over 30 years. We used to bring stuff in when we were in 4-H, so it's been a long time. And then they built the barn. I helped build the barn 38 years ago, unbelievable. It's run ever since.
You know, it doesn't seem like it's been 38 years, but
No, it
time
doesn't.
flies pretty
It
fast,
does.
doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Wow. So behind me is a very exotic animal.
Chameleon pig.
And is it 38 years old?
He is definitely.
They last a long time.
They're
Yeah.
durable pigs.
And it's a chameleon. Now, it does change colors.
He's just kind of invisible. He blends in with the hay.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Only comes out at night.
So what time do you have to be here? Like midnight?
I just put the food in and let him take care of himself.
Yeah. Well,
Worked for a lot of years.
yeah, yeah. That's interesting because, you know, I've been in this barn forever, walking through, never, this is the first time I remember this. I mean, I've never seen this before.
People I just don't notice it.
Yeah, yeah.
People that come every year, well, where's the pig? We hadn't set it up yet the first day. Eventually,
Well, you know, I'm sure that you feel the same way, but don't you feel like the fair is a pretty important part of
Definitely.
the area?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, kids nowadays, they play on the computers.
Right.
And everything has to be sterile and clean.
they can come here and get a little taste of the country.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, my idea, and I'm not a country girl. I'm not originally from Swansea. I'm from Keene. Don't hold that
Yeah,
against me.
Right.
But my favorites have always been the exhibit halls and the 4-H.
Yeah.
And the Midway, that's cool when you're in a teenager, you're trying to pick
Right.
up chicks and buy the, get the big
Yeah.
stuffed animals.
Win the
But-
stuffed animal.
Right, right. But these parts are the parts that are the fair, and I really don't want to see them die. What do you feel?
Well, I think we got to keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yep. Yep.
I've got to get a few more things going. They used to have a rodeo every other year, so that used to bring a lot of people in. They haven't done that lately.
Yep.
That brings people in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think more people are getting towards having gardens and getting back to the way it used to be. But there's so much land that's already been sold that you can never have what you had before.
Right.
But with what we have left, with open spaces and all of those other committees, there's so much we can save. And I think you've been a big part of that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a way to go, but it's still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've been trying would like to get in here in front of the arena. You know what a horse whisperer is?
No.
I think it would bring in a big draw. These guys that can communicate with these wild horses.
Oh, yeah.
They let them out on the trail. I've seen them let one out of a trailer and you couldn't get near it, and that one of the guys riding.
Yeah.
And that would fill that arena right up.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think really a lot of people like to see now is they don't like to see the people that yell at their animals. They don't like to see them hitting their animals. And I've seen kids that were 12 years old with steers
Yep.
trying to, doing the pulse.
Right, yeah.
They don't scream. They don't hit.
Nope,
they don't do
they're
anything.
quiet,
They're
they're
quiet,
very good,
and
yeah.
their animals come in top of the class.
Quietly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just not the same way it used to be, but.
I love to watch the 4-H kids in their auction. They come very quiet. Come in with those big steers.
Yeah.
Keep
yeah.
them going.
Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mike.
Cows are quiet animals by nature. They don't get upset
That's right. That's right.
unless you make them.
And they really want to work.
Yep.
Well,
The old settlers did all their work with oxen in the old days.